Hey guys, it's Framed, and today I'm here to bring you a quick guide on how to kill the Lizard Shaman demi-boss. So for this guide, I recommend that you have at least 80 attack and 80 strength, at least somewhere around 60 defense as well if you're using melee, and I would say that you should have at least 80 range if you are going to use ranged. The first setup that I will be going over is the defensive setup. This setup includes wearing full Shayzien tier 5 minus the gloves. The weapon that I am using is a Zamorakian Hasta, although this can be substituted with a tentacle whip. Practically for all of these setups, you are going to have the same inventory as I do. That inventory consisting of a super combat potion, or for the range method, a ranging potion, a cannon, an antidote potion unless you're wearing a serpentine helm, 3 prayer potions, a Zarithian amulet, which is pretty much used to teleport back to Zaya, cannonballs, a dragon halberd unless again you are using a range setup, as well as house teleports. The next setup that I will be going over is the offensive setup, which is going to have practically all your best in slot gear. So Zamorakian Hasta, a serpentine helmet, a torso, as well as tassets. The welfare setup of this version is as follows on screen. Keep in mind that in this inventory I actually forgot an antidote, so if you're going to go with this inventory setup, then don't forget to bring an antidote. The first range setup that I recommend you bring is the full void setup, and that is pretty much as follows on screen. Of course, the blowpipe being the vital part of this. And the second setup that I recommend you bring is a full armador setup, because this gives you a bit of tankiness and it also gives you a bit of offense. Keep in mind that once more you need to bring the antidote potions, because I forgot to bring those in the inventory on screen. To get to the Lizard Shaman, simply go northwest of the Shayzien camp. Then climb down this little ledge right here. There are 3 different Lizard Shaman spawns that we could go over, but they are all practically the same, so I will be covering the eastmost Lizard Shaman spawn. When it comes to cannon placement, try and place your cannon on this exact tile right here, because when you have your cannon on this exact tile, most of the time you will get the hits on the Lizard Shaman, and you might even get 2 hits. This is normally a technique used for Slayer, and it is going to be applied here as well. There are 3 different mechanics that this boss uses that you need to know. The first mechanic that we will be going over is the minion spawning mechanic, and it is essentially that you just need to avoid these guys because they blow up within 5 seconds or so, and they will deal you somewhere around 8 to 10 damage. So just try and avoid these guys. The next mechanic that we will be going over is the jumping mechanic, and that is when the Lizard Shaman simply just jumps in the air and then lands back down on you. So all you need to do when he jumps up is try and avoid him. So I normally just step somewhere between 5 and 6 steps away, something random like that, but just make sure that you are within 5 or 6 steps from where he originally jumped, and he will not be able to deal any damage on you. If he does land on you, he will deal damage of up to 22 on you. The last mechanic that we will be going over is the acid mechanic, and this mechanic is essentially when he hits you with up to 30 damage with his acid attack. You can avoid this mechanic entirely by wearing the full Shayzien armor, due to its special effects of negating the acid attack that the Lizard Shaman actually deals to you. The final thing that we have to cover here is that you simply need to pray melee, because this is a melee based boss and he pretty much only hits with melee, so if you just protect from melee, then you will be fine the entire time. That's going to be all for this guide. If it helped you out in any way, then please be sure to give it a like.